Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Focus Vandalia. My name is Rich Hopkins. I'm the communications manager for the city. And the calendar says it's October, and it certainly is. As you can see, the local trees around town are starting to lose their leaves and they're falling to the ground. The good news is Vandalia's Public Works Department has the equipment, the tools, and a plan to get those leaves picked up. It's one of the surest signs of fall. The cool, crisp temperatures coaxing all of our trees to lose their leaves to ride out the cold winter months. And even though many of our trees are still holding on to those leaves, the pickup process will soon be underway.
We're going to be starting next week on Monday, October 12th, where we begin our annual schedule of leaf collection. So you can find the map and the list of streets on our website, on our Facebook page. All of our social media apps will have the information you need to let you know when we're going to be on your street specifically to pick up the leaves.
Public Service Director Rob Cron says that with so many trees and so many streets to roll through, his team wants to make sure everyone's aware of when crews will be working in your neighborhood.
We've kind of spelled out our program where you have a couple ways to check on your street. We'll have a map that'll show what zones they're in and what days they're going to be in those zones. And if you're not very good at maps or don't know exactly where your street is on the map, we'll have a list of streets and it'll tell you exactly what day we're going to be on your street to collect the leaves.
One of the things you'll notice looking at the schedule is that crews won't be making just one sweep through town.
And since we can't control the weather and exactly when the leaves are going to come down, we will make at least a minimum of 4 trips around the entire city. And like I say, those dates will be spelled out when we're going to be on your street. But we will make 4 complete trips around the city. And if weather permits, we finish up in early December. And if weather permits, we try to make one final sweep of the city. And that way we get all the stragglers that come out.
The end of leaf season is always a little tricky to predict as it butts right up next to the beginning of snow season.
We get into December, there is always that chance of snow. We use some of the same equipment, the trucks that we use to plow snow, so we could be switching some trucks over. It may take a little longer, but we will try to make at least one final sweep of the city to get everything that's out there.
Cron says one way you can help public works crews to get their job done is to give them plenty of room when they're operating on your street. Slow down and carefully pass when it's safe.
A couple things you can do to help us out. We ask that if you live in the city part where there's curb and sidewalk, you get all of the leaves out into the street in front of the curb where we can pick them up. If you live on a more of a rural road, keep them off of the road so cars don't drive through them and put them right along the edge and where we can get them there. A couple things you can do on the streets is when you know we're going to be in your area that day, try not to park on the street. We have large equipment to pick these up and they can't get between cars very easily. So don't park on top of the leaves or right next to a pile that allows us to get to those.
If you'd like to access both of the maps we've talked about here today, it's very simple. Check out our website, vandaliaohio.org. From there you can go to the news section and get both maps downloaded to your computer. That's going to do it for this edition of Focus Vandalia. I'm Rich Hopkins. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.